What's up, everyone? My name is Candace Smith, and this is Phatabulous Magazine Unfiltered. Yes, I am so excited to be back with another one of these unfiltered conversations. This is an opportunity for us to just talk about it all. I know there are times when I have a lot to say, but I do worry because, like, people don't like you saying how you feel. They'll come and attack you. Via social media or however they can reach you. So it just feels good to have a place amongst women where I know my voice is respected, and we may not always agree, but I value what these women say. So I'm excited to also introduce you to the Queen Connects panel courts. Yes, starting with the lovely Camille Rivers. Camille, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. And I'm happy to be here.
That's what's up. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the editor-in-chief of Phatabulous Magazine, you guys. And I have my own jewelry business. It's called Inner Beauty Styles, and my website is www.innerbeautystyles2.com. And I have affordable accessories for everyone, including men and children. And I am also a petite plus model.
All right, that's what's up. So, Monica, thank you for joining today. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
I am the fashion shower coordinator for Phatabulous Magazine, as well as a blogger, as well as a plus model. I have a website. My blog actually is nekacamille.com, which is nekacamille.com. So feel free to go in there and read about different topics of my life.
Perfect. So what's up, Bree? How are you today? No. Okay. Okay. So Shakira, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I am Shakira McKenzie, owner of Style Your Curves online boutique. We specialize in all things curvy, and I want to make a caveat there. It's not just about plus size ladies, it's about everybody because we all have curves. You can find us at styleyourcurves.com. And just remember, it is your curves, your style, defy the standards.
Awesome. So last but definitely not least, is my true partner in crime, Nadia Keys. And I say partner in crime because she knows all of my crimes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's nice to be here with you guys. I am Nadia Keys. I am a behavioral therapist with emphasis in human sexuality. I can be found at Instagram at Nadi's World, Nadi220, or Nadi Sex and Intimacy on Instagram. And I'm just great. It's just a good time to be here. I'm just happy to be here today.
Yes, so that's what's up, y'all. I want to tell y'all a little bit about Nadia. You know, I feel like what she does is super important for the Black community. Like, you know, we do deal with a lot of different things as far as relationship goes. So to have a voice such as hers and somebody that offer these services, you know, she offers like a $30, 30-minute. Do you still offer that? You know, I would encourage everyone to take advantage of it. I mean, when it comes to relationships, I know we feel like we have to go through it alone, but God has put people on this earth that know how to help guide you through things. And she's one of those people. And it's worth investing. We don't have to have relationship issues. We don't have to go through these things alone. So I'm appreciative of you. I know I need to book me another session. We're coming up real soon, but I'm still doing my homework.
Good job.
Okay. So you guys, I'm excited that you're gonna join this conversation. Actually, I'm a little nervous about it, but we're about to hop into it. So we're asking straight women, are bisexual men off the table? So we'll go ahead, Monica, you want to jump right in there and let us know what your thoughts are?
My thoughts are, everybody, some people think that it's more acceptable for a woman to be bisexual than a man in a relationship. Me personally, I would not date a bisexual man that's knowingly, that I know, that's just me personally. But I think in society, it's not really acceptable. It's getting more prevalent. It's always been there. But after, and I can't remember the name of the author. He wrote a book because he is a bisexual man, and he wrote about being married and being bisexual. It brought it more to the forefront, to the table. And a lot of, especially in certain communities, certain families, they think that's, he's considered weak or whatever. So he's just being true to himself. He's being true to himself as, this is what he wants. Some days he wants this, some days he may want that. I think, let's say, in society, even now, is still not very accepting. Could we be a little more open-minded about things like this? Yes. But like I said, me personally, I wouldn't date a bisexual man. But, everyone has their own preference of what they want.
Yes, sorry. So I was going to ask, is there a specific reason why you wouldn't, date a bisexual man?
I guess just, to me is like, well, I guess be my what's the word I'm looking for? Be my I guess my anxiety is like, well, if I'm not doing this, am I doing this right for him? This particular act or whatever. Am I doing this right for him, or is the other person doing this right for him? Or why is it that he's wanting to do this and this act on me? Is he doing the same thing over here? And then it's just if it came down to or as far as, him asking, can this other person join? I think I'd be uncomfortable either way, whether it's another woman or another man. It's just me saying I'd rather just not. I want him to have eyes just for me, of course, but not have eyes, we're walking down the street or we look at the same guy. And is he going to, what is it about him that he wants more than he wants from me?
Right.
And I think I guess the same way with another woman as well. But it's like, what is it that I do for you that this person not doing, that they're not doing for you? What is it that it has that, I guess, for my purpose, like, what is it that they're doing for you better than I'm not?
Right. I get it. I get that. I definitely do. I feel like before I get into that, so Camille, did you have any thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I have friends that I know. Of course, they are heterosexual men, and they have that they dated a bisexual guy, and that's not my preference. And I don't judge anyone on their sexual preferences or what they like or what they don't like. But for me personally, I'm very close knit, meaning like I'm stingy. I don't like sharing. I would not share my mate with anybody else. With anyone that likes both sexes, to me, it's like you probably want the essence of one sex than the other, or you probably just that's probably just your preference. I can't really zone in that because I've never experienced it, but whoever likes that, more power to you. But I'm just I like to focus in on just the person that I'm with, and I'd rather them to focus on me, and we can just build together. And I'm open-minded, but as far as like sharing and doing other things with other people, I'm not open to that.
Right. Gotcha. So Shakira, what do you think?
So I want to make a comment based on what Monica said about like preferences and different things like that. You can do and be with whoever you want to be with. That's your thing. I think for me is I'm not open to having a bisexual partner. That's you know, my thing, my preference. That's not that I don't know how to maybe articulate it clearly, but I get it. If that's what you like, then I'm just not the person for you. And I think that's okay. I think what bothers me about this particular topic, because I think it's almost twofold. One, for me, it is off the table. That's just not me. But then I've seen people get shamed for it. Like, because I don't want to date a bisexual man, it turns into this, well, why? You're biphobic. No, I'm not biphobic. Do what you want, who you want, right? But that's my particular preference. And I think there's always this notion nowadays that because I don't want it, that makes me against it, right? And I think having this whole ordeal, like, well, I'm open to it. I'm open. You can be open and all, or not open to it. I'm saying, you can be accepting of that, but it shouldn't be a scenario where you got to make me feel bad because I don't like it.
Right.
I think that's where my issue is with the subject as a whole. Because I don't like bisexual men doesn't mean I actually have a preference for it, but for me, it is off the table.
I mean, Shakira basically said everything that I was trying to say. She said she hit the nail on the head for me. Because like I said, it's just my preference. Everybody has their own preference, but you can't knock us because we have this preference.
Right. Gotcha. So Nadia, what do you think?
I ain't doing it. I'm sorry. That's not something I get down with. I don't have a problem with what people do. But as for me and mine, I'm a straight shooter and I come off a little hard sometimes, but I don't do men that dig in other men's booties. I don't. I'm sorry. That's just a thought that will continuously to be in my head. You over there with your fingernails in somebody's ass. And I'm supposed to do what? You doing what? And I'm supposed to do what? I mean, that's just something that will be at the forefront of my head, like all the time. Like, who's been in your booty? Like stuff like that, you know, like I can't come up, right. I can't come up out of that. And I believe that we're living in a society nowadays that they cancel everybody who's not in agreement. You know, I don't have to accept or like what you're doing. I don't have to be against it, but I don't have to like it. It's not me. But that don't mean you should cancel me because that's you and your preference and what you're doing, you know? And so it's like, it's crazy now because heterosexuals are like at the lowest totem pole now. Like we get looked down on because we're heterosexual, you know? And it's like, okay, we have all these cisgenders, transgenders, you know, all this other stuff. And they're like, well, if you don't accept what we're doing, then there's something wrong with you. How about you just started doing this? In the society that I grew up in, we didn't have all this extra stuff, you know? It's just like, okay. So it's just like, I'm not doing it. I have issues. My mind won't let me move forward. Don't step to me if that is your preference in your lifestyle, and don't try to make me comfortable with it. That's not my business. Keep it to yourself. I mean, heterosexuals don't run around and say, I'm heterosexual. I'm heterosexual. We don't do that. You know, it's just what it is. But it seems like every other new name that's coming out is like, well, I have to be prideful in everyone's face and you have to accept me. Right. No, I just have to deal with you. I don't have to really accept you. I just got to deal with you. So no, that's a hard no for me. No, it's not going to work.
No, yeah. I agree with that though, because I think, and that's what makes it almost difficult, because even if I wanted to accept it, you almost are shoving it down my throat to where it's uncomfortable. Like, do what you do and that's fine. It's not me. I can still talk to you. I can still have a conversation with you.
Right.
We can work together.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything.
you know.
But it's like you're not gonna knock a man down because he doesn't like plus size women. Okay,
Right.
That's not your purpose. That's not what you want.
Right.
I'm not gonna cover down your throat.
Right.
That you
And
like
make
plus
you
size
feel
women.
bad. Right.
Bad, don't, yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'm not gonna knock your throat. You don't like us. You don't like us. That's
Right.
great.
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie called Love on the 10th Date. It was like one of a Lifetime movie with Megan Good in it. And the friend that she worked with, they were at a bar or whatever, and she was approached by, he was gay, but he saw something in her where he was like, gosh, I'm really feeling you. Maybe I wanted us to go on a date. And she was very hesitant about it at first in the beginning of the movie. But then when she saw the similarities they had, she was like, oh, okay, maybe this could be something, whatever. And there are a lot of people that knocked them for their relationship. And, even gay men was like, well, do you really know who he really is? You're not even his type. He said, she is my type. This is who I'm wanting right now. I'm not feeling men right now. This is where I'm at. And they ended up engaged. And that was great. But that's just one scenario. Not everybody's going to go with that scenario.
Right.
You come up to me because how he approached her, he was like, "Edge, your nails look good. We're going to have I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. Thank you for telling me my nails look great. We can be cool, but that's not a pickup line that I'm going to go for.
Right.
That's telling me right then and there, like Nadia was saying, you got your fingernails in the booty hole. No thanks.
Okay.
I'm so concerned about my nails anyway. I want a masculine man. I mean, I don't like, I went on a date recently, a couple of months ago, and the guy, what he said was a turnoff. He was like, well, okay, sweet thing. And I was like, no, sir, that's not going to work. I mean, that killed it right there just with that sweet thing, because I don't believe that a masculine man is going to call me sweet thing in that kind of fashion. Well, okay, there's sweet thing. So what he didn't understand is he killed game right at that moment, because I'm already looking at you're not for me and I'm not for you.
Right.
And it's okay. It's really okay.
I feel like, we did address one of the issues that I kind of have with this is like, I do feel like it's shoved down our throat and we're made to feel bad if we're not accepting. But another thing I think about too is like, a lot of times we're dating by men and we don't know it.
True.
How do you know he's bi?
Huh?
How do you know he's bi?
I mean, he's just maybe down low, not expressing it,
Right.
I've learned, just like I had a relationship where the person revealed it later on. They didn't immediately come into the relationship telling me certain things. So I ended up dating a bi man, and then I ended up dating a man that have had previous gay experiences because they didn't reveal it to me at first. They took away my choice to say whether or not I would be okay with dating someone that sleeps outside of their, sexual orientation or whatever. So that's the issue that I have. That is what bothers me. I don't have a problem with meeting a bi person, me talking to them, and then letting them know I'm not interested in that. But I feel upset sometimes when my choice is,
Shakira got to mute her phone.
What happened?
Shakira got to mute. She has to mute.
Oh. I hear me talking. I do hear me talking. Hold on. I'm going to mute everybody's just so we can make sure there's no back feed.
It's better.
Okay. I just keep yours muted until you're speaking so that we don't have any extra feed. But do y'all understand what I'm saying though? It's like, that's my issue. Like, in all honesty, if I met somebody and up front, they talked to me and said, I've had these experiences, whatever they could be, whatever that I'm willing to listen. I'll listen to a person. I'm a person. I'm willing to listen. What I don't and cannot ever deal with is somebody taking my choice away from me. and not allowing me to make an informed decision. So now I done dated a bi man. I didn't even say I wanted to. It was nothing I even felt like I had a decision to make. It was just, oh, by the way, after we've gotten to know each other, oh, by the way, I've done this. Go ahead. Hold on. I can't.
I got it. You don't think there's certain behaviors that came out that would have told you certain things about the individual?
No.
Or was it that you saying no, but is it that you were not looking for certain behaviors?
No, this person did not act feminine.
It doesn't have to necessarily be an act.
I mean, not act, but there were no feminine behaviors that I recognized that would be like, I know what you're talking about. Even the comment that you made, like saying, oh, girlfriend, and doing things like that. I recognize those behaviors.
Even in his preference, he would look at a man. You understand what I'm saying? If you guys are out, he would, even if it's not so direct of him staring, he would give a side glance if that's what he liked. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just weren't looking at certain things because you just believed that this is what, but behaviors are a mug, and you can't just stop behaviors when it's something that you are attracted to. You can't. It's just something that happens naturally. So I'm saying maybe you weren't zoned in on it, but it probably was little stuff.
I feel like a lot of men work very hard at hiding things, especially when it comes to that, because I've had too many conversations with men that under life or death, they would never reveal those things. They have worked hard at keeping it under wraps so well that, but I've talked to people and I feel like there's a level of comfort that they get with talking with me, that it becomes easier for them to reveal certain things. And it's happened like twice in my life where, we just got to a level where, because I'm an honest person. I'll tell you things about me. It may not be the same things. I may not have gay experiences, but I have some things that will make you jump back like, oh, wow, I didn't know. So it's no judgment. I just don't like my choice being taken away. I would prefer that somebody be honest with me.
I don't think that is something that's going to ever happen if you're dealing with someone that's just dishonest, because that it doesn't have anything to do with them necessarily being dishonest about this one particular thing. Because if they're dishonest about this one particular thing, trust that they're dishonest about a whole lot of other things as well. So I think that when it comes to something like this, we have to put our blinders on a little bit more. Like, you have your boys and you're raising your boys to understand, like, okay, make sure you checking out these young ladies when you are dating these young ladies. Like, I'll talk to my son, and that's something we have to take into accountability ourselves. We really have to put a check down on these men to see, okay, if you are who you say that you are, a 10-point inspection like they give vehicles. Are you exactly who you say you are? Were you really born a man? That's where I'm at with it nowadays. I mean, I need to know, were you really born a man? And then I need to know, like, what else is going on. But that comes with time. I was once told that you need to see a man in all 4 of his seasons to really get an understanding of that man. Yeah. So it just depends on what blinders you're using, because people give off little hints all day if you're watching for it. If you're watching for it, little stuff comes out all the time, and you can't cover up your comfortability when it's something that you truly like. If you're comfortable, your real self is going to come out. You're going to be like, I smell dookie on your nails. I knew it.
You know what?
I can't. As far as that goes, I kind of agree with Candace, because that has happened to me where I didn't know that I was dating someone that was a guy that liked men. I didn't know. And I didn't realize it until I actually sat down and thought about everything. I was like, wow, I was really shocked. And I had my son already, and I was like, wait a minute. It seems weird because I thought about it and I found out like I would go and I would get my hair pressed out, silk pressed and things of that sort. So I met up with him and he had his hair permed, pressed out. He had a lot of hair pressed out. I was like, what happened to your hair? Oh, I just went and got it blown out. I was like, blown out? Girls do that. Then the next time I saw him, contacts in your eyes. It's like, contacts? I wear contacts. I'm like, what? I said, okay. Then I seen him again. Seen him again. And he was with another guy, like just walking. My stepfather, he was like, Camille, come here. Come here. We gotta talk. Sit down. Sit down. I was like, what, Dad? What's going on? He was like, I believe that young man that you're dating, that you're going on these dates with, likes guys. I was like, no, Dad. No, I don't know. I didn't pay because I was young. I was like 20, 21. But I didn't realize it. And once my stepfather sat me down and told me and pointed out those things, I was like, oh, shoot. What?
Y'all remember? Right, go ahead.
But before that, there was no traits. There was nothing. We would go places, do things together, and he was a manly man. But afterwards, it just started coming out, and I didn't pay it no mind. I never seen a guy go and get their hair blown out or wear contacts or whatever. I was like, okay. Once my dad told me that, I just was gone. I was gone.
Okay. You know, do y'all remember the movie Clueless?
Yes.
When I was growing up, that movie came out and my family kind of called me that because there was this guy that I dated in high school. And I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't see it. And he could sing. I don't want to say what they call him because people might know. But they had a little nickname for him, you know, for like one of the cute guys, the pretty guys. They had a name for him. Yeah. But, you know, what I learned though, because I, you know, ended up like talking to somebody that revealed things, is that they'll sometimes want to have a woman on their arm or that they can attach themselves to because it takes a suspicion off of them where they can still navigate through the community without being shunned, without, you know, losing out on access to people, because that's what happens when a lot of Black people come out of the closet. You know, this is a big discussion. Like, this whole thing is a real big discussion. But, you know, I understand a little bit as to why sometimes people are less afraid of coming and being like, hey, I'm bi, but I find you attractive and I am interested in dating you and things like that or whatever. But I still don't ever feel like it's okay to not tell anybody.
I think I have a different view, probably location. Because in California, it's different than probably the way Florida is, you know, when it comes to certain things like this. I knew in high school who were the gay girls and who were the gay guys. You can just see it, you know, it wasn't something that was covered up. Our gay guys were on the cheer squad, you know what I'm saying? And you say, okay, his toe touches are better. You know, I got it, you know, but I just think that just location, because out here, the kids weren't covering up anything. They were being exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? Who they wanted to be. Our females that was in high school, if they were lesbians, they came looking like little boys in high school. You know, they put themselves out there regardless of who was going to accept them or not going to accept them. And it is a community of men that like beards. They call them beards. A woman on their arm who's to cover up for their actual preference, you know, but that's a scared man. You know what I'm saying? That's a scared man. That's someone that's not fully being himself even still. He's still confused. He still don't really know what's going on. But I believe it's location, because out here people were just
it's a lot of stigma in the South. It's a lot of stigma for that in the South, especially for Black men. You
Right.
know, you will be shunned. You will lose access to things because it's all like networking in a lot of different areas. You know, you won't be as accepted in certain circles because they view that as less of a manhood. You know, you're less of a man, and especially for a Black man. I mean, it's probably different for the younger generation now, but I still feel that way for my peers and above for sure, even now. Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep, because I think out here it's a little different. Like, if you are gay, your network is tight. Like, oh, we got gay homeboys, and you know what I'm saying?
I believe that in California, though. I can see that.
That's not out here. I'm in New Jersey, and I grew up in New York, born and raised in New York. So in New York, it wasn't that known. It wasn't that known. Like when I was in high school, we couldn't, well, me, I'm gonna speak from my point of view. I couldn't tell who was who because everybody had on the jeans, everybody had on nice outfits. The girls had on the nice little skirts. Guys didn't wear skirts. Guys didn't. It wasn't flamboyant.
Yeah.
And if you knew of a guy that was flamboyant, he still had on jeans. He still had on the nice jackets, the nice hat. But when a guy spoke, then you can tell. But if the guy didn't speak to you, you would never know because there was no certain click, so to speak, of, oh, that's a bunch of gay guys, a bunch of gay girls. It wasn't like that. Everybody talked to everybody. So you only knew by dating them, by being around them 24/7. If you wasn't, you was not in the know.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So
yeah, it's the same in here in Ohio. You know, in middle school, high school. I mean, I knew of a few guys that were, and you know, we're adults now, so you know, of course, they're out. But as far as the girls, I'm totally surprised, you know, because a lot of them had kids in high school, and then they came out much later after we graduated. They didn't want to, you know, really keep themselves. They didn't want to have themselves then. So like I said, they had their kids and everything. Their kids are now all grown. Of course, we've been out like over 20 years, but the guys were more prone to come out before the girls were. And I'm seeing on Facebook now, you know, who's with who. And I'm like, oh, okay, wow. You know, I mean, I kind of figured in high school, but some of them I'm completely shocked. Like they did a 360 for me. So like Camille was saying, I personally didn't know. If you, even if you talked to them, you wouldn't know. Like I said, a few of them, you're like, yeah, I knew her, you know, you could tell. But it just, you know, a lot of them are just more positive, I guess, because the time frame right now is more prevalent where they're just coming out, you know, 5th, 6th grade, and it's like, hey, this is where I'm at.
Right. Okay. Well, y'all know we could talk about this forever, and we probably will revisit this or maybe a similar topic in the future. I want to thank you all once again for a nice conversation. You know, it's good to know that, hey, you know, we feel the way we feel and we ain't changing it. Shit.
I ain't changing.
Okay, so y'all can go around once again. Let us know where we can find you, starting with Camille. Where can we purchase some Inner Beauty Styles?
Well, you can purchase Inner Beauty Styles on my website, which is www.innerstylesstudio.com, and you can find me on Facebook, Camille with the K Rivers, and you can find me on my Plus Model page, which is Plus Model Camille Rivers. That's for Facebook. You can also find me on my Inner Beauty Styles business page and Instagram and TikTok for both names.
Okay, that's what's up. So Monica?
I'm on Facebook at Nika Johnson, Neka Johnson. I'm on Instagram of Sexy Scorpion BBW. I also have another page on Facebook called Nika the Butterfly. My blog is Nika Camille, Neka Camille with a C.com, as well as my email address for any modeling bookings of Camille with a C, CamilleJ@outlook.com.
So you can find me at StyleYourCurves.com is the website. And then also on Facebook and Instagram, it is StyleYourCurves and the number 1. So if you hit Facebook.com/ or Instagram.com/ it'll be StyleYourCurves with the number 1.
Beautiful. Nadia?
And you can find me at Nadi220 Sex and Intimacy on Facebook and Instagram, or Nadi's World on Instagram. I do have a blog spot, forgot the address, but it's okay. I'll give it out later.
That's what's up. We'll have it in the description box everywhere that you can find all of the ladies of the Queen Court panel. Every episode, you'll find all of their information in the description box. Make sure to check them out. Go follow them and go purchase something.
Exactly.
So, yes,
Purchase them books.
Yes, these ladies have some beautiful products and services that are definitely needed, you know, beautiful products, but services that are definitely needed in the community. And I'm grateful for you all joining for this conversation. We have one more to go, so we'll be right back. Until next time. Peace.
Welcome to Style Your Curves. Visit us at www.styleyourcurves.com, where being curvy is made easy. Always remember, it's your curves, your style. Defy the standards. SinStyle Fashions. SinStyle is a self-taught designer, stylist, creative director, fashion coordinator, and consultant. Growing up in the fashion industry, she developed a true passion and respect for the art while adding her own spin on things and going against the norm. Her work has been published in many magazines, and she has styled both men and women for all types of events. She finds comfort in the chaos of backstage fashion shows and peace in creating looks and helping you look amazing. Whether you need help with styling, building your fashion portfolio, or looking for a one-of-a-kind piece, SinStyle is your go-to. Have the audacity to be different. Get SinStyle.